So here's a few things you need to know about the Leyland 253. First thing is the key. It lives just under the dashboard there on a magnet, so you never lose it. There we go. Next thing you need to know is how to start the thing. Let's have a look. So I'm not going to start it now because it's really noisy, but I'm sitting in the driver's seat and you've got a warming button there. So when the ignition is on, turn it till the red light's on, push and hold 15 seconds. You wouldn't need it in the summer, but in winter that will warm up the plugs. This is the hand throttle. Really useful. So when you turn the tractor off, let's start with that first, you'd normally turn the throttle right down and then pull the kill button, which is that thing there. So if you get in the tractor and try and start it, it's not going to work. You've got to remember to push that back in and put the hand throttle about halfway. Then it'll, generally speaking, start first time. So it's got a new battery and a new starter motor. Other things you need to know, obviously really easy stuff like brake. There's your throttle down there, but I generally use the hand throttle. And then there's your clutch on the normal side. You've got a handbrake on this side, on the right, as per normal. And all that does is lock the foot brake in place. So it doesn't really work unless you actually put your foot on the foot brake. So foot is foot on foot brake, and then you can click the handbrake on to take it off. Again, push the foot brake down and release it. The controls for the A-frame at the back. There's 3 or 4. There's a control here just down by my side where I'm sat. The important ones are this one here, which is the main up and down for the A-frame. That moves the whole sucker up and down. That one there. Let's leave it there. And then you've got this little square one here. This is pretty important because when this is disengaged, you push and hold this one with one hand, and that then turns these things on here. Your two uppy downies ones. Push up. And those two controls move your outer arm and then your spikes. So you have to put your left hand on this and hold it here, because otherwise it will pop out of gear. And if you have it out of gear here, this one will work. If you have it in here, this one will work. So it's selective control. So basically, when you want to move the, I'll say that again, when you want to move the main up and downy, you just use this one. That's got to be there. That one is your main up and down of your A-frame, and then when that one is in the up position, you can then push or pull, and that will move your outer reach, and then your spike on the bell spike on the far end is that one there. We've got a low ratio gearbox here, so again clutch, low, high ratio, and then 5 gears, so you've got 10 gears in all here, and then you've got 2 reverse gears, because obviously you can use low and high ratio to change that. This one here on the left hand side controls the height of appliances you might have put, so I'll just leave that as it is. And then this one here is your hydraulic or PTO. So generally you wouldn't leave the PTO on, you just leave it on hydraulic, which is powering your A-frame thing. Air conditioning is provided through the absence of a rear window and a small hole in the door here. The stereo that's gone, the air conditioning is gone, and the windscreen wipers don't work. In fact, not much of the electrics does work on this, so don't try and turn the lights on or anything. They're not connected anymore. But it's a really good little engine, and it'll keep going forever. There you go. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask.